Guys, Glenn from Brew City Barbecue back with you, and gonna make some changes. It's gonna be a little bit shorter of a video. Went to the meat store the other day, and they had this boneless pork tenderloin on sale. So I've never done one before, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I think this is only gonna take about probably 2 or 3 hours, honestly. It's not even 3 pounds, but should be pretty fun. Only gonna take this to an internal temperature of 160. So I'm going to treat it more like a beef tenderloin, whatever. I don't want this to fall apart like a pork shoulder. I want to be able to slice into this and have actual true slices. So we'll get started. I'm just going to put a little bit of avocado oil on it instead of olive oil. It's basically the same principle. It's just a different place to get the fat from. And I've already got the wood going right now. I've got one chunk of hickory in there for a base, and then I'm going to run a little bit of pecan and a lot of applewood. So with pork, I love using applewood. I'm not going to go too crazy today like cherry or anything else. Just going to go pretty simple. So let's get started. So cut this open already. This is only base, not even 2.5 pounds. This is going to go pretty quickly, I think, when I get her going. And the nice thing about pork tenderloin, oh, it's actually 2 smaller ones. Okay. The nice thing about pork tenderloin is it's not very fatty, so I'm not going to trim it at all. I'm just, geez, maybe I don't even need any oil. I don't really need oil for wetness. I just want to put some on there to kind of give it a more mahogany look. And my little fancy spritzer right here. It's kind of windy out today too, so don't know how that's going to affect the fire. It was funny, so it's still April right now in Wisconsin, and the day after I recorded the video for the first one that I put up for the pork shoulder, we got this huge snowstorm, and I just thought it was rather Wisconsin of everything, since one day it's in the 50s, almost the 60s, and the next day we had, gosh, I think we had 6 or 8 inches of snow. So again, haven't made it to my parents yet to pick up my stuff, so I'm just going to use the famous Dave's pork rib rub on things today. Just quick and simple. Sorry, just got some smoke. So I'm still going to do a brisket. I still got it in the fridge. I'm probably going to do that in a couple of days, and that'll be a much more in-depth video. It'll definitely take more time to smoke, probably about 12 hours. But this, I think this is going to be all ready for dinner tonight even. So I'm just going to throw some rub on it. Not going to go too crazy, but since it's I'm right in the way of the smoke. So, kind of grab all the rub that went to the bottom of the pan, flip it over. So with such a quick smoke, this isn't going to grab a lot of that flavor, but I think it's going to be more than enough. There we go. I just want to kind of get some all the way around here. Put some more avocado oil on. And I'm just trying this avocado oil today. I've used olive oil in the past, so I'll use it on brisket every now and then. Just to help the color. It's not really a flavor thing. It's kind of that same idea that people have about mustard. To put mustard on there to make not only the rub stick, but to give it more of a color, and the smoke really kicked in. And that's kind of the same idea I've got going here. And some of this rub is going to definitely melt and caramelize and just be good. So I'm putting a little bit extra on because it's going to drip off some of the fat, even though there's not much fat on there. but that's about it. So I'm gonna let this smoker come off the heat, which it's pretty close. And then we're gonna get it on the smoker, and like I said, we're only gonna take this to a pretty low internal temperature, 165. I've got the probes and everything set for that already. I'm just waiting for everything to get up to heat. And I don't expect that this is gonna take more than, on the outside, 3 hours. And then we'll let it rest for about 15-20 minutes and go from there. But yeah, I think this is going to be quick and easy today. Should be pretty fun. Alright, so the pork loins are on the smoker. Got the temperature gauge right in there, and we're all set. I don't think this is going to take more than a couple hours. These are pretty small. Unfortunately, with the offset smoker, it's a little bit tougher to control the heat, but I'm going to definitely close the vents up a little bit, especially up here on top. Try to keep that heat down. And like I said, I'm running one big log of hickory and then a bunch of apple and a little bit of pecan, just because I love pecan. I don't know if it's a Kansas City thing or what, but I just love pecan. And it's a nice mellow flavor, and apple especially for pork to get kind of that sweetness going. So we'll check it out in a little bit here. Alright, so these pork loins did not take very long at all, just under 3 hours, and got up the temp and let them rest for about 45 minutes, just sliced them up, and it is wonderful. The Famous Dave's rub is actually a little bit spicier than I thought it'd be, but I really like it. Even after resting, I mean, there's a lot of liquid that's coming out of it, but everything is moist, tender, and delicious. So if you can get a hold of a couple of pork tenderloins like this, go for it, man. It's insanely easy, number one, but very, very tasty. And I think it'd be pretty tough to screw it up unless you don't have any temperature probes in there and you let them overcook. But overall, really happy that applewood's really coming through with the hickory and the pecan. And the thing about how short this goes, though, is that the rub didn't really get a chance to caramelize as much. But still a good color. You got that. It's more like a brisket, honestly. So you got that good mahogany color and great, great meat. So I don't know if this would be competition. Good enough for that, but good enough for eating for sure. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.